Hello guys, it's the Unclear 999. Today's video is about how Lamborghini became one of the biggest car brands in the world. Lamborghini's journey from a small Italian tractor manufacturer to one of the world's most iconic luxury supercar brands is a story defined by ambition, rivalry, bold engineering, and visionary design. Founded in 1963 by Ferruccio Lamborghini, an ambitious entrepreneur and industrialist, Automobili Lamborghini was born out of frustrations, Ferruccio's dissatisfaction with Ferrari's customer service and vehicle quality. Having already made a fortune manufacturing tractors after World War II, Ferruccio believed he could build a better grand touring car than Ferrari, combining raw performance with luxurious comfort. His first car, the 350 GT, made an impression, but it was the revolutionary Miura, introduced in 1966, that truly changed the automotive world. With its sleek, aggressive styling and innovative rear mid-engine layout, the Miura is widely regarded as the world's first supercar, instantly elevating Lamborghini to a global stage. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, despite internal financial struggles and multiple ownership changes, Lamborghini continued to make waves with radical models like the Countach, whose sharp edges, scissor doors, and futuristic design helped solidify the brand's rebellious, exotic image. These cars were more than machines, they were dreams in motion, often adorning posters in young car enthusiasts. Lamborghini's appeal only grew stronger in the 1990s and 2000s with the Diablo, and representing a fusion of raw power and technological innovation, eventually catching the attention of the Volkswagen Group, which acquired Lamborghini in 1998 under its Audi division. This acquisition brought much-needed financial stability and engineering support, allowing Lamborghini to refine its cars without compromising their ferocity. With the launch of the Gallardo event, Lamborghini became a mainstay of pop culture, featured in video games, movies, and music videos, resonating with younger audiences worldwide. Models like the Urus SUV expanded the brand's customer base while maintaining its bold identity. The brand's consistent commitment to innovation, dramatic design, unmatched performance, and exclusivity has turned it from a niche Italian automaker into a symbol of wealth, status, and automotive excellence. Today, Lamborghini is not just a car brand, it's a cultural icon, a lifestyle, and a legacy fueled by passion, speed, and the desire to stand apart. After the sensational debut of the Miura, Lamborghini quickly became synonymous with performance, innovation, and daring design. The Miura didn't just set a new benchmark for speed, it transformed how supercars were perceived globally. Its mid-engine layout, originally a race car concept, became the blueprint for high-performance sports cars for decades to come. But Ferruccio Lamborghini's vision wasn't just about power, it was about luxury. He wanted to create fast cars that could also provide a smooth, refined driving experience, a direct contrast to Ferrari's more aggressive and often uncomfortable vehicles of the time. As the company gained traction, Lamborghini expanded its lineup with a four-seater Grand Tourer that appealed to affluent buyers seeking both practicality. However, by the early 1970s, global economic instability, rising fuel prices due to the oil crisis, and internal business challenges began to take their toll on the company. In 1974, Ferruccio sold his remaining shares in the company and retired from the automobile business altogether. What followed was a turbulent period in Lamborghini's history, marked by frequent changes in ownership, declining sales, and limited resources. Despite these challenges, Lamborghini never lost its aura of The launch of the Countach in 1974 served as a dramatic statement that the brand was still a force to be reckoned with. Designed by Marcello Gandini at Bertoni, the Countach was angular, outrageous, and futuristic, completely unlike anything on the road at the time. It redefined the word supercar and became an icon of the 1980s, favored by celebrities, musicians, and dreamers worldwide. The Countach's distinctive scissor doors, wedge shape, and ear-splitting V12 engine made it more than a car, it was a statement. Despite production delays, financial issues, and a lack of modern technology, Lamborghini's mystique continued to grow, largely because its designs remained so bold and different. The Countach, though impractical in many ways, became a pop culture phenomena and cemented Lamborghini's image as the rebellious, untamed alternative to its more refined rivals. It was not built for the faint of heart, it was built for those who craved raw power and attention. Even during its financially unstable years, Lamborghini managed to maintain a cult following that saw it through the darkest chapters of its history. As the 1980s progressed, Lamborghini's brand identity solidified into something beyond mere engineering. It became a cultural emblem of ambition, extravagance, and unfiltered automotive aggression. Despite facing serious financial instability and administrative chaos, the Countach carried Lamborghini on its back through the decade, its poster plastered on the walls of millions of teenagers, becoming a global symbol of aspirational luxury. Still, the internal reality was far from glamorous. The company changed hands multiple times, with various investors attempting to revive its operations, but often lacking the long-term vision or capital to sustain momentum. By the late 1980s, Chrysler Corporation, in a surprising move, acquired Lamborghini, hoping to bring some American-style order to the Italian chaos. While the cultural gap between Detroit and Sant'Agata Bolognese proved wide, Chrysler's ownership did result in the birth of another legendary machine. Introduced in 1990, the Diablo pushed the brand even further into the stratosphere of desirability. It offered 200 miles per hour performance, a refined interior, and the most advanced engineering Lamborghini had yet produced. Still, it retained the wild looks and theatrical presence that fans adored. The Diablo was a purebred Lamborghini, flamboyant, unapologetic, and absurdly fast. Its name alone, Spanish for vivid, was enough to spark curiosity and admiration. Celebrities, athletes, and entrepreneurs flocked to own it, ensuring Lamborghini's appeal wasn't limited to Europe, it was global. Even in the emerging markets of Asia and the Middle East, Lamborghini began to develop a cult following. Yet, despite the Diablo's popularity, financial sustainability remained elusive. Chrysler sold the company in 1994, and Lamborghini continued to change ownership again until the German automotive giant Audi, a subsidiary of the Volkswagen Group, acquired Lamborghini in 1998. This acquisition marked a turning point. Audi brought not just funding but structure, discipline, and a global strategy. Under Audi's guidance, Lamborghini could finally balance creativity with stability. The R&D budget grew, quality control improved, and the product roadmap began to reflect long-term thinking. The rebellious bull was no longer just surviving on flair and myth. It now had the technical muscle and global infrastructure to evolve into a top-tier supercar maker. Audi's influence ensured that Lamborghini's bold spirit wouldn't be tamed, but it would now be polished, engineered to higher standards, and scaled for global success. With Audi at the helm from 1998 onward, Lamborghini entered a new golden era, one defined not only by its rebellious legacy, but also by engineering precision, global markets, strategy, and product refinement. Audi's first major project under this partnership was the Lamborghini, unveiled in 2001. This car was a statement. Bold, aggressive, and powerful, yet benefiting from German build quality and reliability that had long eluded the brand. The featured a V12 engine and iconic scissor doors, continuing Lamborghini's tradition of drama, while adding much-needed modern technology, improved ergonomics, and refined driving dynamics. It was a hit among collectors and enthusiasts alike. Following this success, Lamborghini introduced the Gallardo in 2003, a smaller, more accessible supercar with a V10 engine that became the brand's best-selling model at the time. The Gallardo was instrumental in transforming Lamborghini's identity from an exotic, occasionally impractical dream machine to a more consistent and usable high-performance car that still screamed personality. It reached a broader audience, including those who had always admired Lamborghinis from afar, but had found them too wild or unreliable. Celebrities, professional athletes, and influencers quickly embraced the Gallardo, and it began showing up in music videos, Hollywood films, and video games, reinforcing Lamborghini's image as a symbol of power, luxury, and status. As the 2010s approached, Lamborghini leaned further into its dual identity as both an artistic performance brand and a global luxury powerhouse. The launch of the Aventador in 2011 was the next chapter in the V12 legacy, replacing the with a sharper, more futuristic design cutting-edge materials like carbon fiber and an all-new V12 engine. Its sci-fi aesthetics and deafening exhaust note made it a dream car for a new generation, especially in an era dominated by social media and instant visual gratification. At the same time, Lamborghini's marketing strategy adapted to the digital age. It embraced platforms like Instagram and YouTube, showcasing the theatrical nature of its cars, their fire-spitting exhaust, and their presence in the hands of influencers and content creators. No longer confined to the pages of car magazines, Lamborghini became an internet sensation, synonymous with viral car content, outrageous colors, and jaw-dropping speed. But perhaps Lamborghini's biggest strategic move came in 2018 with the release of the Urus, a luxury performance SUV that opened the brand to an entirely new demographic. Some purists questioned the decision, but Lamborghini understood the market shift. The demand for high-performance, high-status SUVs was exploding. The Urus maintained the Lamborghini DNA, angular styling, aggressive performance, and bold branding, but with the practicality and comfort expected in a family vehicle, it instantly became Lamborghini's best-selling model and expanded its reach to include families, business executives, and buyers who wanted Lamborghini excitement in a daily drivable package. This shift didn't dilute the brand, it amplified it. The success of the Urus provided the financial foundation for more innovation and investment in future technologies. Lamborghini's rise to legendary status was not achieved by engineering alone, it was powerfully shaped by its presence in pop culture, entertainment, and digital media. From the 1980s onward, Lamborghini began appearing in music videos, blockbuster films, and video games, embedding itself into the minds of millions as the ultimate status symbol. One of the earliest major appearances was in the Cannonball Run, where a black Lamborghini Countach starred as a high-speed icon. That exposure created an indelible connection between Lamborghini and excitement. By the 2000s, the trend exploded. Rappers, actors, and athletes frequently name-dropped Lamborghini in lyrics, flaunted them in videos, and drove them at celebrity events. The brand was no longer just admired, it was aspirational and symbolic of having made it. Lamborghini wasn't just a car, it was a cultural currency. Nowhere was Lamborghini's popularity more pronounced than in the world of video games, especially titles like Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, and Forza Horizon. Players across the globe could virtually experience the thrill of driving a Lamborghini or Aventador through digital cities and tracks, long before they could afford one in real life. This created a generation of enthusiasts who fell in love with the brand through screens, making it a dream to own one day. At the same time, Lamborghini cleverly embraced social media influencers and content creators, allowing access to exclusive events, first drive experiences, and even behind-the-scenes tours of the Santegata factory. These moments were shared with millions of fans online, pushing Lamborghini deeper into the hearts of digital natives. In more recent years, Lamborghini has also positioned itself as a forward-thinking company in the age of climate change and electrification. While preserving the drama and noise that define its DNA, Lamborghini is preparing to transition into a more sustainable future. In 2021, it announced its Direzione Cortori roadmap, a strategy to hybridize the entire lineup by 2024 and release its first fully electric model by the end of the decade. But even in this evolution, Lamborghini remains focused on the emotional connection between driver and machine. They are committed to keeping the signature design, unmatched performance, and sensory thrill alive if the roar of a V12 someday becomes an electrified whisper. By honoring its rebellious past, mastering the digital present, and preparing for an innovative future, Lamborghini has solidified its place not just as a car brand, but as a global icon of performance, luxury, and passion. Thank you guys for watching, and please leave a comment.